Hello, hello. Welcome to reality TV. This is Delilah, your host. Jill Zarin's step-grandson just came forward with a Reddit AMA that is absolutely nuclear. He's exposing everything, from Jill demanding Bravo film Bobby's funeral to threatening his dad with a knife. Plus, he confirmed he made the X over Jill's face for Zarin Fabrics. The family is estranged from her, and she has zero stake in the business. Meanwhile, Jill broke her silence, Brandi is defending her, and Heather called her an idiot. This is massive. Let's get into it. So Jill's step-grandson, who is believed to be the son of one of Bobby's 3 children, hosted an Ask Me Anything session on Reddit. He started by saying, "I am Jill Zarin's step-grandson," and he proved it by posting a video of his eulogy from Bobby's funeral and linking to the Reddit AMA from his Instagram page. So this is verified. He also confirmed that he created the picture with an X on Jill's face for Zarin Fabrics' Instagram page before they released their public statement against her. So he's the one who made that iconic image. And he said no one else in the family wanted to speak out in fear of a defamation lawsuit from Jill. Now here's where it gets absolutely wild. Someone mentioned that Jill had demanded cameras at Bobby's funeral, and the step-grandson confirmed it. He wrote, "Thank you for saying that. My uncle and aunt were literally in the funeral home when Jill told them she invited Bravo to film the funeral. They were in the funeral home, planning the funeral. My dad and his brother and sister didn't know what to say. She was the wife, and they felt like they couldn't do anything. They were so disgusted." If you're watching this absolute explosion, drop a comment and hit that like button. So Jill invited Bravo to film Bobby's funeral while his children were still planning it at the funeral home. They were disgusted but felt powerless because Jill was the wife. That is beyond inappropriate. But it gets worse. He continued, and by the way, years later, Bethenny said something to the effect of like, "Oh, I'm glad Jill told me the Bravo cameras just showed up. I thought she invited them and that was disgusting." Jill lied to her. So Jill told Bethenny that the cameras just showed up, when in reality, Jill invited them herself. She lied to Bethenny to make herself look better. And Bobby's family knew the whole time that Jill was lying. Someone asked what the most unhinged thing Jill had done at a holiday dinner table was, and the step-grandson wrote, "My grandpa had this Ferrari and the brake handle wasn't working, and the car rolled out of the garage, and she threatened my dad with a knife." So Jill threatened her stepson with a knife over a Ferrari incident. That is absolutely insane. And this is coming from someone in the family who has receipts. He then confirmed that he and his family are not on speaking terms with Jill and haven't been since they finalized the settlement agreement over Bobby's estate. So there was clearly a contentious fight over Bobby's estate, and now the family is completely estranged from Jill. Another screenshot showed him suggesting that he'd like to tell Jill to go to therapy. So he's saying Jill needs professional help. A fan asked, "Do you talk to her daughter Allie still? What does she think?" And he said that because Allie and Jill are so close, it would just be awkward. So he doesn't speak to Allie either because she's too close to her mom. Someone else asked, "Who actually owns Zarin Fabrics? Does Jill have any stake in the business, or is it Bobby's descendants?" And he replied, "Jill has no stake in the business. My dad owns it." So Jill has zero ownership in Zarin Fabrics. Bobby's son owns it. That's why Zarin Fabrics was able to publicly disown Jill with that X over her face. They have no connection to her whatsoever. Now, let's talk about Jill's response and the housewives' reactions. Following her firing from The Golden Life, Jill told In Touch Weekly, "They didn't even give me a chance. I took it down right away. People make mistakes. I'm human." An insider backed her up, saying everyone on the internet is up in arms because they love Jill. E made a snap decision without taking into account that Jill took it down right away. Other insiders told TMZ that Jill was blindsided and felt she was being singled out since other housewives have done worse. Sources also said that after rewatching Bad Bunny's performance, Jill has had a change of heart and now understands the cultural importance. And she was upset that producers didn't use this as a teachable moment on the show. Meanwhile, Brandi Granville defended Jill on X. She wrote, "My friend Jill Zarin has her own opinion and I don't agree with it at all. But opinions aren't wrong, they're subjective. I want to watch Jill on TV explain herself and hopefully learn something." But Heather Dubrow called Jill an idiot. A fan wrote, "Jill Zarin is an idiot," and Heather responded, "Beyond." So Heather is not holding back. And an old post resurfaced where Jill wrote, "Allie says I'm getting canceled, which she says every time I post lol. Seriously though, how many times can I be canceled?" Well, now we know. To recap, Jill's step-grandson exposed that she demanded Bravo film Bobby's funeral, lied to Bethenny about it, threatened his dad with a knife, is estranged from Bobby's family after an estate fight, has zero stake in Zarin Fabrics, and he made the X over Jill's face. Jill is claiming she made a mistake, Brandi is defending her, and Heather called her an idiot. This is absolutely wild. What do you think about these revelations? Let me know in the comments. See you in the next one.